Dale Earnhardt turned the number 3 into one of the most iconic numbers in NASCAR, and his iconic black GM Goodwrench paint scheme made him truly stand out from the other drivers. But what if, in 1996, Earnhardt made one little decision that would change the landscape of NASCAR forever? Welcome to the 14th edition of Racing Infinity, where today we travel back to February 1997 for the great American race, the Daytona 500. However, the landscape of NASCAR has changed with one major silly season move that was made before the 1996 season. This surrounds the Intimidator, Dale Earnhardt. In 2017, Robert Yates said in an interview that while he was searching for a driver for a second team that he was opening up, Dale Jarrett wasn't the first driver he went after. He made an offer to Dale Earnhardt to ditch General Motors and join as the face of the Blue Oval for 1996. It came so close that Earnhardt did sign the contract but never turned it in. But what if he did? In 1996, Dale Earnhardt made an unprecedented decision to move over to Robert Yates Racing in the new number 88 Ford Quality Care Ford. Earnhardt had not driven a Ford since 1983 when he drove the 15 for Bud Moore. So this is definitely a major change in scenery. Earnhardt tried to leave Richard Childress Racing in good hands. He wanted to handpick his successor, and Richard Childress trusted his judgment. That driver was Michael Waltrip, who had become a friend of Earnhardt in recent years. Instead of moving over to the Wood brothers, Waltrip got a call from Richard Childress with the influence of Dale Earnhardt to take over the new look number 3 GM Goodwrench Service Plus Chevrolet, sporting in new colors. What does this mean for Dale Jarrett? He gets an offer to drive for the Wood brothers in the number 21 Citgo Ford, a team he previously drove for. Jarrett feels confident that he can put the Wood brothers in victory lane. Lastly, what does this mean for DEI? The team would receive assistance from Ford to make the switch, as the team will debut in the Cup Series in 1997 with Steve Park behind the wheel. In 1996, Earnhardt would start the season in this new era of his career with a major win in the Daytona 500 after 16 years of trying and 16 years of frustration. He would also win the next week at Rockingham, then the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte, as well as the Brickyard 400, giving him a total of 4 wins in 1996. Earnhardt would also finish 3rd in the standings. Michael Waltrip, meanwhile, would finally get his first career Winston Cup victory at the Bristol Night Race, a story that came full circle after a frightening crash he had there in 1990. It would be his only win of 1996, but he would finish 9th in the standings, an impressive first season with RCR. Dale Jarrett spent all of 1996 pushing his equipment, and he was able to get the iconic number 21 team to 10th in the standings, as well as a victory at the second Michigan race. This would mark Jarrett's only win in 1996. And when it was all said and done, Terry Labonte would still win the 1996 championship for Hendrick Motorsports. And that takes us to where we are now, the 1997 Daytona 500. 42 cars are in this race, and there will be 70 laps total. And without further ado, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the 1997 Daytona 500. Starting on the pole is Rick Mast. He won the pole for the inaugural Brickyard 400 back in 1994, and now he's on the pole for the Daytona 500. And starting second is Ernie Irvan in the 28 for Robert Yates. Defending champion Terry Labonte will roll off in 3rd as he begins his quest for a 3rd championship. And starting 4th is Ernie Irvan's teammate Dale Earnhardt in the number 88. In the 3rd row, you'll find 2 Roush Fords with Mark Martin in the number 6 and Jeff Burton in the 99. He'll start in 6th. Starting 7th is Michael Waltrip. He had a good run in the duels in the number 3 car. And starting 8th is Brett Bodine in the 11. Kyle Petty will start in 9th in the 44, and Kenny Wallace will start 10th. Jeff Gordon, looking to become the youngest driver to win the Daytona 500, will start in 11th, and Rusty Wallace, chasing his first Daytona 500 too, will start in 12th. Ricky Rudd will start in 13th in the number 10 for his own team, and Ken Schrader starts next to him in 14th. Two-time Daytona 500 winner Sterling Marlin will roll off in 15th, and Dick Trickle, driving for Junie Dunleavy, he'll start 16th. Mike Skinner will start in 17th in the 31, and starting 18th is Bobby Hillin Jr. in the 77. John Andretti will start 19th driving for Cale Yarborough, and driving for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, Steve Park will start in 20th. Morgan Shepherd will roll off in 21st in the number 1, and Jeff Bodine will start 22nd. Starting 23rd is Ted Musgrave in the 16, and Johnny Benson will start 24th. Starting 25th for his own team, Bill Elliott in the 94, and Elliott's former team, Melling Racing, driven by Lake Speed, he'll start 26th. Joe Nemechek will start 27th in the 42, and Dave Marcus will roll off 28th. Bobby Labonte will start in 29th, and Robbie Gordon will roll off in 30th. Bobby Hamilton will start in 31st, and Jimmy Spencer will start 32nd. Jeremy Mayfield will start 33rd, and starting 34th is the third Hendrick car, Ricky Craven. Starting 35th is Ward Burton in the 22, and starting 36th is Hut Strickland. Loy Allen Jr. will roll off 37th, and Darrell Waltrip, the 1989 winner, will start 38th. Starting 39th in that Cartoon Network car, Robert Presley, and Wally Dallenbach will start 40th. And rounding out the field is Steve Grissom in the 41, and Dale Jarrett in the Wood Brothers 21. He'll have a lot of work to do. Rick Mast won the pole for the inaugural Brickyard 400 back in '94, and now he's on the pole for the Great American Race. Here we go. The pace car goes down pit road, and let's get this started. Green flag, we're underway in 1997. Mast clears Irvin as he leads the field to complete the first lap. Terry Labonte, the defending champion, moves to second. He's got Mark Martin behind him. Now on board with Dale Earnhardt in that 88 Ford, and looking to win his second Daytona 500 and his second in a row. Here comes Terry Labonte to the lead now with Michael Waltrip behind him. Waltrip would love to get that number 3 in victory lane here at Daytona. Can he do it today? Meanwhile, Michael Waltrip is following suit as we go on board with that number 3 GM Goodwrench car. Michael Waltrip trying to prove that he can win at Daytona and put himself on a list of legends to win at this track. Here comes Sterling Marlin to the lead, looking to win his third Daytona 500 and join an elite club. He won back-to-back 500s in 94 and 95. Can he do it again in 1997? Still a lot of racing to go here at Daytona. Take a look at this. Bobby Hillin Jr. moves to second as he gets around Mike Skinner. Hillin looking to possibly play spoiler today as he looks strong early. Bobby Hillin Jr. only with one career win, and he would love to make that number 2, and where else but the Daytona 500. Marlin now has a new challenger in the 37 of Jeremy Mayfield. Mayfield moves to the inside, and now he's going to take the lead from Marlin. The Owensboro, Kentucky native now out in front, but Ward Burton is right behind him in that NBNA Pontiac. He's looking for the lead as well. Oh, watch this. Mayfield's lead isn't going to last long, though. Here comes Ward Burton. He's going to take the lead from Mayfield in that Bill Davis 22 Pontiac. Now here comes Ricky Rudd. He wants to cross this race off in terms of the ones he hasn't won yet. Rudd is stalking that 22 car. He's inching closer and closer down the back straightaway. And now into turn 3, Ricky Rudd peeks to the inside of Ward Burton, and he wants the lead. And how big it would be for him. This is one of the big ones that he hasn't won yet. Rudd side by side with Burton. As they come to the start and finish line, Ricky Rudd now leads the Daytona 500. Don't look now, but Dale Earnhardt is there and looking to win his second Daytona 500 in that Robert Yates 88 Ford. He's up to third and now lurking. However, Bobby Labonte is going to make a move, and he gets to the inside of Rudd. Bobby Labonte wants his moment in the spotlight now that his older brother has his. Labonte to the lead. Here's a surprise. Here comes Hutch Strickland in that Circuit City Ford. Hutch Strickland has never won a NASCAR Winston Cup race. So that would be a major upset. Still plenty of racing to go, but he's looking strong here, and he's chasing down Bobby Labonte. Strickland to the lead, and now Darrell Waltrip is joining in the mix. I also noticed that Steve Park of Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, he's been working his way through the field. He's doing a pretty good job so far. Three wide for the lead as Jeff Bodine and Ward Burton makes things interesting. Burton has the advantage, and he's side by side with Bodine. Bodine and Burton now side by side as they come through the tri-oval, and Ward Burton is there. He's not giving up. He's got some help from Dale Earnhardt. And speaking of which, now here comes Dale Earnhardt. He's going to slide right on past for the lead, and here comes Jeff Gordon as the two top superstars of NASCAR battle it out. I'm sure the crowd is enjoying this moment. The two biggest superstars in NASCAR battling for the biggest race of the NASCAR season. Bobby Hamilton is behind the 88, and now he moves to the inside, and he will take the lead away from Earnhardt. Ricky Craven follows Hamilton now in the second place. Craven gives Hamilton a good push down the back straightaway, as that number 43 Petty Pontiac leads this entire field. Ricky Craven is side by side with Dale Earnhardt for second meanwhile, but Bobby Hamilton continues to lead the way. On board with the 25 now, Craven is there. He is lurking. When will he find a time to strike and take the lead from Hamilton? And now Craven, he's wasting no time as he's going to get around Hamilton with some assistance from Kenny Wallace, and Craven will take the lead. 3 wide again, and this time Ernie Irvan has the advantage as he takes the lead. The defending champion now takes his turn at the lead with Dale Earnhardt behind him. Texas Terry now out in front. Meanwhile, Dale Earnhardt has marched his way back up front. Now he's second again, and all over the back of Terry Labonte. He came so close to winning the championship, what would have been his historical 8th, as he will begin that journey again this year towards an 8th championship. You would love to start off with that Daytona 500 win. Earnhardt sitting in second. But now, Dale Earnhardt moves back to the lead as he goes to the inside of Labonte, but he's got company with that 16 of Ted Musgrave. Earnhardt moves high, and that's what's going to cost him. Ted Musgrave goes to the inside of Earnhardt, and they're side by side as now they head towards turn 1. Musgrave wants to take the lead, and he will. Ted Musgrave leads the Daytona 500. And oddly enough, with help from Earnhardt's teammate. Ernie Irvan goes to the inside of Musgrave as Musgrave's teammate Jeff Burton gives Irvan a push. In some cases here at Daytona, you gotta do what you gotta do, and when it comes down to it, it's every driver for themselves. But still, we got plenty of racing left to go as we near the halfway point. "35 laps in, we're halfway through as Jeff Burton now takes the lead, and I can expect a round of green flag pit stops happening anytime now, and that's exactly what we're going to see here. Only Mayfield and Terry Labonte come down pit road, but the others will be coming any lap now. Pit stops have cycled through, and Ken Schrader leads. John Andretti is second. Jeff Burton now looking for third from Bobby Hamilton. And now Hamilton's going to move to fourth, and Jimmy Spencer is fifth. Jimmy Spencer moves from fifth to first in 2 laps as he takes the lead with Jeff Burton following him. As they go into turns 3 and 4, and now coming off turn 4, here comes Jeff Burton now. He's lurking to the inside of Spencer. Across the start-finish line, Jeff Burton pushing his way through, and now he's going to take the lead. He's got the advantage. As they go into turn 1, Burton will complete the pass. Ken Schrader wants it back as he's looking for his first Cup win since 1991. How special would it be for him to get this win here today? The lead pack has reeled in the lap car of Bill Elliott, who lost the pack after pit stops, but as we can see here, Ken Schrader continuing to hang on to the lead. Schrader still leads. Hamilton is second. Of course, now we got to see if they can get around this lap car of Bill Elliott, or if Bill Elliott can stay with the pack. Schrader now peeks to the inside of Elliott, and they head into turn 3. And Schrader will hold on to his lead for now. On board with the 94, we see Jimmy Spencer now getting around Bill Elliott. Jimmy Spencer knows how to get it done on a super speedway, as now he begins his chase on the leader, Ken Schrader. perhaps with the assistance of that lapped car, though Schrader's going to lose some momentum, and Jimmy Spencer goes back to the front as he goes to the inside of Schrader, but Jeff Burton now has a ton of momentum. Burton working with Jimmy Spencer, a pair of Ford Thunderbirds there in the mix. Spencer leading, but now Jeff Burton peeking into the inside, and he wants the lead once again. And as that is going on, another pack of cars have caught up to the lead pack, and now things are about to get more interesting. 15 laps remain, and Burton is being challenged by his Roush teammate Mark Martin. And now Martin takes the lead for the first time today. And check this out, Lake Speed is up to second. What a run he is having. Here comes the 1995 champion, Jeff Gordon, to take the lead late in the Daytona 500, but his teammate Terry Labonte is there as well. Terry Labonte moves to the inside to take the lead, but now here comes Bobby Hamilton. 3 wide for the lead, and Bobby Hamilton has the advantage. And as they come off turn 2, Bobby Hamilton is still side by side with Terry Labonte. I see Dale Jarrett peeking to the inside. I'm wondering if Bobby Hamilton could slam the door on him. There's Dale Jarrett, and he's going to do so. Hamilton's got the advantage. He will take the lead away. Into turn 3, and now Dale Earnhardt has the momentum, and the Intimidator has taken the lead in the Daytona 500. Can he hold on in these final 6 laps? Four laps to go, and 3 wide. Going into turn 3, Earnhardt slides way up the track. He's losing ground as Terry Labonte takes the lead. Now coming to the line, there's 3 laps remaining. Jeremy Mayfield is up there in second, but it's still Terry Labonte out in front. The laps are continuing to wind down. Jeremy Mayfield could have his big moment here if the cards are played right in his favor. Into turn 1 now, Mayfield trying to chase down Terry Labonte, the defending NASCAR Winston Cup champion. But it won't be an easy task. Jeremy Mayfield is hungry for that Daytona 500 win, and so is Mark Martin, and now he's going for second. Martin looks to the inside of Mayfield with the momentum he has, and a teammate behind him in Jeff Burton. Mark Martin moves to second and is looking for that elusive Daytona 500. Final lap for Terry Labonte, the defending Winston Cup Series champion, looking to start the quest for a 3rd title on a strong note, and he's got Jeff Burton and John Andretti behind him. If Andretti can make the right moves, it would be 30 years since an Andretti has won the Daytona 500. 3 Fords lined up behind Labonte as they head into turn 3. Running out of time as now they come off turn 4. Checkered flag waves, and Terry Labonte will win the 1997 Daytona 500 for Rick Hendrick. And now Hendrick is going to be a team to watch for sure. They are the team to beat now with the already champion Jeff Gordon. And him rising in the sport, Terry Labonte is going on a career resurgence, and he wins the Daytona 500. Take a look at your final results. Jeff Burton finishes second. John Andretti finishes in third. Great run for him. Jeremy Mayfield finished fourth. Jeff Gordon in fifth. Dale Jarrett finishes in sixth. Really good run for him. Mark Martin finishes seventh. Lake Speed eighth. Ken Schrader ninth. And Johnny Benson in 10th. Jimmy Spencer finishes in 11th. Bobby Hamilton 12th. Dale Earnhardt ends up in 13th, Ricky Rudd 14th, Ricky Craven 15th, Rusty Wallace, Dick Trickle, Jeff Bodine, Ernie Irvin, and Bobby Labonte round out the top 20. And here's a look at the rest of your results here. Darrell Waltrip ends up in 21st. You see Joe Nemechek in 23rd. Sterling Marlin, after looking strong early, falls back to 27th. Ward Burton finishing in 30th. Tough break for Michael Waltrip, ending up in 34th place. Mike Skinner, 36th. Pole sitter Rick Mass in 37th. Steve Park looked strong early, and he ended up finishing in 38th. Rounding out the field, you see Bill Elliott, who lost the pack after those pit stops. Ted Musgrave had a mechanical issue on pit road, and his day came to an end early as he finishes 42nd. And thank you guys so much for enjoying another edition of Racing Infinity. I'm Gray Speed Productions, and I'll see you in the next video.